Hey guys, welcome back to Super Galactic World. Today, I'm going to be showing you is part 2 of how to solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube. Get ready anyway. So last time in part 1, we left off at how to solve the white side. So, now I'm going to be teaching you how to solve the first layer using the extreme beginner's method. So, let's get this cube scrambled up and get started. Okay, so now that we got the cube scrambled up with the white side solved, let's get to solving the first layer. So, if you look around your white side and you look around it so you can move the white side around, and if you see a bar that two are connected, like I got two greens connected, you're gonna hold it in the back, and then you're gonna hold, so the white side is in the back, so the white side is at the top, it's gonna be facing the back, and I'm gonna be doing this out. So the white side in the back, and I'm gonna do R prime, it's right here, one bar, so that's the X moving in, and then we're gonna do R prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. And then that should get your first layer solved with the white side. Now the other case is when you don't have a bar around your white. Here, so you're gonna do that same algorithm, no bar, same algorithm. So you're gonna do an X, so then the white side is facing the back, and you're gonna do the same algorithm. R prime U, R prime D2, R U prime R prime D2, R2. And then you should get the bar, and then you do the algorithm. I'm gonna show you one more time. It's the one bar algorithm, same thing. Hold the two bars in the back. It's gonna go to the bottom now, because we're gonna put the white side in the back. And then we're gonna hold, so the white side's in the back, and we're gonna do, let me explain it more. Like, so if it's facing the top, you would hold it in the back. So now the white side's facing there, and I'm gonna do R prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. That solves your first layer. Now let's move on to solving the last layer, or next step is actually solving the yellow side. Okay, now let's start solving the yellow side. So our first case is one yellow, but there's two cases for one yellow, so I'm going to be showing you both. So there's one case, is the first case, so the yellow piece could be anywhere, so you should put it in the bottom left, so it would be right here. And then that's how you check the case. So the case we got is when the one white side is facing to your right, one is facing the back, and one is facing to your left. So for that algorithm, for this, the algorithm is gonna be, so we're gonna hold this white, so it's at the top, there's yellow at the top, and the R, well, the algorithm is called anti-symmetry. We are U prime twice, so R, U prime twice, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. And that should get your yellow side solved. So now let's move on to the next yellow one yellow case. Okay, the other yellow case is when you've got one yellow. Put it down right here on the left bottom, and then you've got one facing to you, one facing to your right, one facing the back. So you're gonna hold this yellow to the that's on the top, to your left bottom, and then you need to face the yellow that's right beside it, face E, and then you're gonna do the same algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, the next case and you got two yellows diagonal. So for that, you're going to be holding one yellow facing you. So you're going to put that yellow. It's going to be facing your left side. So the yellow is going to be facing your left side. And you're going to be doing this R, prime, U, R, U, T, R. And then that you guys know this case, there is not a yellow facing you. I'll put it at the bottom. There's one facing right, back, and to my left, and to the top. The yellow at the top, and I'm going to do R, U prime twice, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. Now, let's move on to the next case. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you guys got all yellow already, well, you guys skipped this case, so go on to solving the cube step. Okay, so now let's continue for the people that did not get the skip. So, now we're going to be moving on to two yellows together. So let's get right into it. So there's two cases for the two yellows together. There's when you got the two yellows together, and then with this thing right there, and then you got these two. Well, here's the thing: you can solve the cube by doing this algorithm because you got these two together. So I'm just gonna show you. Because if you guys have two whites together, and then these two connected, so you're gonna hold it so it's matching its color. And then you guys are gonna check if you guys these two corners in the right spot. Yes, that corner in the correct spot because it's yellow, orange, green is right here, orange is right there, yellow is in the back, so yes. And same here, yellow, orange, blue is here, orange is there, yellow is there. So all you're gonna do is this algorithm. So hold the first one that's on your right side. So it's facing my right. So I'm gonna do R, D prime, R prime, D, R prime, D prime, R, 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 D, R prime, D prime. And that solves the cube. And the other case for two yellows together is when there's two yellows and no connected. So you're going to hold the two yellows facing you and do the second R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. You get that again. So after you get it again, some of the pieces are swapped. So then you're going to hold it on the two bar to your right and do the second R, R, U prime twice, R prime, U prime, R, R, U prime, R prime, and then it swaps some more pieces and you get this again. So you're just going to do that same algorithm, R prime, R, U prime twice, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, and that doesn't solve the yellow side because that's not one of like the main cases. You might get a different case. So let's move on. Now this is the final case, is when you got no yellows. See, no yellows. So there's two cases for this too. Is when you got two together, one facing here, and one facing the back. So this is the algorithm you're gonna be doing. So you're gonna be holding the two that are connected to your right and hold this one of the pieces in front so it's on your left and do this algorithm. Or if you want to solve the yellow side faster, you can hold the two that are connected to your left and then face one yellow to your right and do this algorithm. The algorithm is R, U, R prime, U, R, U, 2, R. And then you can get a case that we already know. It's the one that you have the bottom. like you put it in the bottom, the yellow piece, and then there's one facing you, one facing to your right, and one facing the back, and you do the same amount in R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime, and then that's on the other side. Now, let's move on to solving the cube. Okay, so now the last layer is kind of like solving the first layer with the extreme beginner's method we use for solving the white side, but for the last layer, we're going to be doing it a faster way, like permuting the last layer. It's going to be extremely fast. So, if you guys have one bar, as I do, I have one bar, and then I need to swap these two. So what I do, I match the bar up with its matching color, so it's blue in my case. And then I hold the two corners that need to be swapped in front of me. But then they face the top because I'm going to move the yellow side. They're facing my back, so from here to here, and I'm going to be doing this side. So the white side's going to be facing you, and you're going to be doing this algorithm. X, which is what we did, and then we're going to do R prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. U prime or U2 twice, or whatever. At least you solved the cube. Okay, now if you have no bar around your yellow side, you're going to do the same algorithm. So hold the white side now facing you, yellow at the back, and do R prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2. And then you should usually get a bar, match it with its correct sin, or color, and then do the same thing. White side facing you, R prime, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R prime, D2, R2, and U. Or U prime twice, or, you know, like I had a U prime this time. So, well, that's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button. Oh, see you next time. Bye.